Hi everybody, it's Cathryn from In the Pink Designs, and today I am using the Cutest Crew bundle. I'm going to do the birds. I love this bundle. I've already done the little puppies. I will be doing the kittens at some point, but I love this. This was a online exclusive, and I'm using the Nested Essentials dies. Okay, the box itself measures 3 by 3 3/4 by 1 1/4. And it opens with a Velcro dot, and inside I have a bunch of Salt Water Taffy, which I love. Whenever I do birds, I always think of the Salt Water Taffy. I live like right up the hill from the ocean. Actually, the sound, so the water. And I just always think of saltwater taffy when I see these. So I got this from Walmart. It was $4 and change, and it's almost a pound, 13 ounces, so it's not too bad. They have a whole bunch of old-fashioned candy kind of by the register there in little bags like that. So what we need, I used a paper. This paper that we wrap around is retired. I'm so sorry about that. It was the Floral Delight DSP, which I thought was from the annual catalog. But I guess it has retired. So, I'm using 3 different papers, but I'm sure there's something you could find that would back this up nicely too. So we need a piece of old Olive Cardstock that is 9 by 8. This piece to wrap around is 10 by 3 1/2. We need some basic white for stamping. This pattern is from the Mixed Up Patterns. I use the Nested Essential dies, and this rectangle, we're using it this way, is 2 3/8 by 3. And these 2 pieces are from the Hobby Haven DSP. They're from the cutouts, so I'm using that tag and this scallop. All right, so let me get my Simply Scored. And we're going to start on the 9-inch side. Score at 1 1/4, 4 1/4, oh goodness, 4 1/4, 5 1/2, and 8 1/2. Then turn it to the 8-inch side and score at 1 1/4, 5, and 6 1/4. All right, now we're going to fold and burnish our score lines. All right, now we have the 1/2-inch rectangle over here. There is a 1 1/4-inch strip here and here, and 1 3/4 at the top. And this is what we're going to be doing. All right. So we're going to start down here, go to the first score line, cut it to the first score line, and wedge both sides. Go to the next 2 score lines and cut them to the first score line, and wedge this square. And then go to this last score line, cut it to the first score line, and wedge up. That's the bottom. Okay, so turn it so that the 1/2-inch rectangle is over here now. And we're going to count to the second score line, cut it to the second score line, and take these 4 pieces off. And then we're going to wedge up on this 1/2-inch rectangle right there. Okay, go to the next score line and cut it to the second score line. Take off the rectangle and wedge the square. Okay, go to the next score line, cut it to the second score line, take off this rectangle, and then wedge the square. Okay, now in order for us to make the back here, we're going to measure 1 inch, have kitty cat ruler. It's one of my favorite. My mom always called me Cat because my name's Cathryn, so that's why I love kitties. Even though I have dogs, I'm allergic to kitties, but I had them when I was a kid. All right, so we're going from this score line here. We're going to measure up to 1 and make a little mark. And then on this side, to 1, make a mark. And then in the middle, at 1.5. All right, now you could just leave it like this and round the corners if you don't want to do this cutting. All right, now what we're going to do is from the tick mark on the side, we're going to go down to the middle, to where that mark is in the middle, and then the other side to the middle. And there is our nice back. All right. So that's what your cardstock should look like when you're done. Okay, now I'm going to get tearing tape and put it on what's left of that 1/2-inch rectangle next to the score line and take the backing off. Now flip over your whole piece, fold over the side with the tape, and then the other side to meet it. Okay, this is the back with our flap here. So you're going to put the tabs and then this flap down first. Okay, that's your box. All right, now make sure that your top is flipped up. And then I'm going to place this where I would put it, about even on each side. And I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to crease the fronts. Make sure it's kind of straight, but we'll fix it after. All right, when we crease that, take it off and make sure that you make crease lines straight. They'll be a little wonky, but with this piece of paper you can line it up and then burnish it. All right, now we have that piece nice. There's going to be one piece that's longer, and that one will go down first when we glue it. So let's just do that. And we'll do that. Well, they're about the same actually this time, so that's okay. All right, and then just fold and burnish these straight. And it's so much easier than working in 16ths and trying to figure out what the score lines will be. All right, and then we're going to put this around. I'm only going to do one section at a time so that it doesn't get too stuck in the wrong spot. All right, and that is your box, and we will put the Velcro dot on after everything dries nicely. All right, and that piece of paper, of course, was 10 by 3.5. All right, now we need, flip this over. We need to do our stamping. So I'm going to use some Tuxedo Black Ink, and we'll do the birds first. Okay, and that has a die, so I can cut that out. And then we're going to do just a little hello. And I'm going to do it in the middle as close as I can get it to the, not as close. I did it about 1/8 of an inch away from the bottom of the flag there. The middle of the flag, actually. Now, there's that. And we're going to use a couple of Stampin Blends. Light and Dark Lemon Lolly, Dark Daffodil Delight, and Light Old Olive. So I'm going to take the Dark Daffodil Delight and do all the beaks. The Dark Lemon Lolly, I'm going to do the wings and a little bit of the tails. Okay, and then I'll do the rest with Light Lemon Lolly. Okay, and then with light old olive, I'm going to do the grass. Okay, I put this, I'm going to say, yeah, it's about 1/4 inch up from the bottom, and we're going to let the tips just touch the edge of this rectangle, and about 1/4 inch up. That's about where I want it. So I'm going to put some glue on there. Then I'm just going to take some scissors and cut off this end. Now, if you don't have that DSP, you can just use Pool Party. All right, and then this scallop, these are both from Hobby Haven, and you can use actually the scallop that's in the Easter Bunny, and you can put it, this is, I think this is crumb cake. All right, I'm going to put this right so that the tip of this is just not showing under these scallops. About right there. Now I need some glue on there. And then we'll trim that off. And then we're going to put some dimensionals on our birds. And put them just over the top edge of that scallop in the middle. Good. I think that's just cute. All right, now let's get our 3/8 inch adhesive Velcro dots. Now that this is dried, and I'm going to put one right there, and then the other one on top, upside down, with the adhesive up. Okay, and then just make sure your box is straight. Put it down. Okay. Now I'm going to get some of the specialty Rick Rack and put it around the box. Now this they don't have to untie, so that's the best thing. We want it on the left side. Try not to twist it. Tie a bow. Okay, and what I really like is that the ends kind of curl up on their own. I like that. All right, now we're going to put some dimensionals on the back. I'm going to put one right here on the edge of the ribbon so it doesn't get pulled out. That will secure that. And then put some dimensionals on here. And then I'm just going to try to get this as close to the middle as I can. Okay. And then for the final touch, I'm going to use these frosted iridescent dots. It says these are balmy blue, but I think they could pass for Pool Party also. And I'll put one on that scallop there. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, my email is below. Please subscribe and hit the like button, and I will see you next time. Bye.